Welcome back, everyone. In this very quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up projects using Unity Learn, where you have to download project files, unzip it, and then open it with the Unity Hub, because some people expressed that they weren't sure how to necessarily do that, because there are a few steps here. So let's do this real quick. And so I am currently on the Unity Hub website. And so I'm sorry, the Unity Learn website. And so this is one of the assignments that we're going to be doing in the level design class. And you can see like it's got all the different things. I'm signed in, all that good stuff. Usually in one of the very first lessons, it will have this section called materials with a download link. And these links will give us the project files that you need to complete the various projects and tutorials in the Unity Learn website. And so this is actually pretty easy, but if you're not used to doing this, it might be a little bit confusing. And so again, that's what this video is going to be for. And so we'll go ahead and we're going to click on this link, and it's going to pull up the download file. And so in our Windows Explorer here, you can see it defaults, Windows defaults to the last place that I saved things. And so here, this is just where I save things. And so my game design classes, I've got the different assets that I do, specifically the Unity tutorials. And so you can see I've already done this one time. And so if I go down here, you'll see that the file name is the same. It's the Creative Core Lighting Project Files 1. And that just means I already have a version of it. And so this is just a copy. It's a clone, right? And so assuming you have not done this, you won't see anything in whatever folder that you've done. If you don't have a good place that you can save this, like, you could go to your desktop, or you could go to somewhere in your computer files, and you can click on new folder, right? And then you could make a Unity tutorials, Unity practice projects, whatever you want to name it folder. And then you can save all of these things inside there. And so anyways, we'll pretend that I click save so that it creates a folder that looks just like this with that zipper on it. And that is a compressed file. And so let me actually pull up the actual one. So here we go. Here's the actual one. This is not the save version. You can see down here, there's no save buttons or anything. But I do still have this folder that has the zipper on it. And something that confuses people is that if I were to go over to my Unity Hub and I was going to click on, the add projects, which I'll show you how to do that again here in just a second, they would not see this. And that's because this is zipped. It's compressed. The files are not actually in the correct order. It's all the files acting as if it was one file. And so in order to get this to behave correctly, we actually have to right click. I'm going to have a few extra buttons there because I'm using a school computer. And so once I right click it, I'm going to get some extra options here. And so the one that we are going to be looking for on Windows is going to say extract all. And so go ahead and click on that. And you're going to get this pop up, and it's going to say, where would you like to extract these folders or these files? It should default to the same place that this is. And so you can see here, I'm on my Cortex drive, going to my username, and it follows all the same pathways. You can do that, or if this went to like my downloads or something accidentally, you forgot to tell it where to go, you can click browse and you can go find somewhere for it to go. That went to my 3D printing folder. That's kind of weird. But anyways, this one, it looks like it's defaulting to the correct place. And so I'm just going to say, awesome, great, extract. And then I'm going to get this little guy, and it's going to take me a little bit of time, depends on how big the file is, how many files there are, how good my computer is, and stuff like that. But it should just take, a minute or two. And then once this is finished, you will see already that I have another exact copy of the folder, but this one does not have the zipper on it. And so if I were to click on it, I would see that stuff is starting to pop into it, but it's not actually complete until this finishes up here in just a second. And so let's let this finish. Play your favorite elevator music in the background in your head. There we go. And so now, if I open it, I've got everything in here. And so I've got assets, packages, project settings, everything that I need for Unity to actually be able to use this information. So I can go ahead and close this. And then let's go ahead and open up Unity Hub. which if you're not familiar with Unity Hub, I have a different video linked on the course or on my YouTube channel that you can go and you can actually see like how do I install Unity and Unity Hub? How do I use Unity Hub to install different versions of the Unity engine itself? It sounds like a lot, but it's really not. And so you can go find that video if you would like. And so in here, you can see that I've already actually opened this project once before. That's great. And so later, after I've set everything up, I can just click on that. We're good to go. But you probably do not see that yet because you haven't actually added the project. And so up here on the top right-hand corner, you've got two options: new project, add. And add, I can actually add a project that already exists from my disk, from my computer itself. And so again, this means that I've already got the project somewhere on my computer. And so wherever it is that I actually extracted this, that's what I need to go find here. And so let's do that. So we'll hit add project from disk. I'll just click my Unity projects because that's where everything is. And there you can see it right there. And so it's that create core lighting project U6, Unity 6. And so it might be slightly different if you're using a different version of Unity, like if you're using 22.3 or whatever the most current version of the previous version of Unity is. And so I'll click on that. I'll add project. And it just re-updated the one that I already have. And so for you, now you should see this right here. And so it should say updated a few seconds ago, probably not connected to the cloud. And then the editor version should be whichever version that you downloaded. If you see a little angry triangle, a warning sign right here, that's going to mean that whatever version you downloaded is not currently in Unity Hub. To fix that, you can go over here to installs, and you should have some Unity installed. And so again, on my project, I installed version 6 just because it's the brand new version that just released. And so over here in installs, I should see Unity 6. If I don't, because maybe I didn't install that version yet, you can go up here to an install editors and you can pick the different official versions of Unity to install. Again, I have another video that kind of goes into the details, but I usually have whatever the new one is so that I can play with it. But then most of my actual projects, the Mr. Powell projects, are currently using 22.3 or some variation thereof. And so I still have this older version so that I can keep finishing those projects. And then any new projects that I do will maybe use Unity 6. And so for this assignment, just make sure that whatever version that you're using on this website, again, if you're using version 6 here and then you downloaded version 6 here, just make sure that you actually have version 6 of Unity installed on your computer. And so again, you would click install, and that takes a little bit of time. I think it took, my really awesome computer, it still took 10 or 15 minutes to go through all the different install processes to get that ready to go. But once you have that, if you go back over to projects, then you'll see, oh, it's all good. And so now I can just click on this button and it will take another, again, minute or two to launch before I get into the actual Unity project. And I had already opened a scene. And so yours will probably not look like this immediately when you launch it. And so again, I think this is kind of more or less what the default project setting would look like, minus this thing right here. And so if you come over here into assets, you see there's the Creative Core Lighting. There's all the files that we downloaded and extracted just a minute ago. And the assignment will explain all this stuff too, but you would go into scenes. Here are the scenes right here. This is what they look like in Unity 6. And so there's a tutorial scene, a final scene, a few different final scenes. So there's an outdoor, an indoor, lighting studio, outdoor, indoor. So I don't know, I'll click on this outdoor one. Because this is one of the first ones that you're going to do early on in the scene. And so it'll give you this. And then as you're reading through the actual documentation and watching the videos, it'll be like, add a light post. And it'll show you or tell you how to do that kind of thing. And you should actually do that here in Unity. So fast and furious, but hopefully that helps you at least get set up if you've never used Unity before. If you have any specific questions about like how do I install Unity or get Unity set up, again, I have a video for that, but of course you can always reach out to me if you're in my class. If you're just a random person from YouTube, maybe drop me a comment if there's something that's different or giving you issues, or if there's something that's unclear, so that hopefully I can clear this up, because again, I want these videos to be helpful for you guys. So otherwise, I hope that this was useful for you guys as far as how to actually extract those projects and get everything set up and going. If I missed a step, again, I've been doing this for years and years, and if you're like, oh, how do you actually do this? Again, leave me a comment or email me so that I can help you get everything figured out so that you can get working on your projects. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I hope that you learned something new.